So, uh, believe it or not, I'm actually trying to have math class today. The some my students are getting in the way. Uh, if you hadn't done so, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. We're over 100 subscribers now, so we're only like 800 something away from getting the blue mohawk. So, all right, things you will notice over here is in the little text box. Hey, please pay attention because I really don't want to explain this later because you're the number one person I'll have to explain it to. Okay, shh, shh. This stuff right here, when you see this, these are kind of the notes that I would probably put on my orange sheet to maybe have a inkling about what to do on the test. Okay, now where n is the root and a is what goes underneath the radical sign. So that means we have to take the cube root of -8. Okay. And so we would say 3, raise the roof button. Crap. Nope. 3 second. Now raise the roof button. Haha. -8. Enter. Get -2. Okay. This is the fifth root of 1024. So 5 second, raise the roof button, 1024. And you get 4. Okay. Now, as stated, on the directions, hey, remember these bold underline things that says like part whatever and then there's words, those are directions. For those that kind of I want to keep a tally of it tomorrow to see how many people come up and like I don't know exactly what this is asking. So now in those directions you'll see that these are only worth 2 points each, and the reason why, this is calculator stuff. Okay, now granted you have to know how to put it in your calculator. And if you had not paid attention or finally looked up to actually pay attention to what's happening in the crazy world that's called this class, uh, you could all go back and look at the videos. Okay, look at the videos because I actually explain how to do that. Now, if you do not have the same type of calculator, some of your buttons may be different. Like for the Casios, you may have to hit Shift. Okay, all right. Whatever that is, and whoever's doing it, stop. All right. So for the notes for my orange sheet, for part 2, the top number is the power, the bottom number is the root. Okay, that means, whoop, that box should not be there. That's more better. Now, so this is the 7th root of x to the 5th. Okay, so now on number 4, kind of important. This is the only thing that's being raised to the power. So the 5 stays outside the house. This is the 5th root of x squared. Okay, you may have to put on your paper the root goes in the gutter or something. I don't know. Whatever type of nomenclature, phrasing, language, symbols, you know, circle hashtag shoe. However, you've got to remember how to do it, do it. Okay. Again, this is an easy 2 points. Okay. And that is it for number 3 and 4. Anybody need more time here? Silence is deafening. Okay. I just said, does anybody need more time? All right, we're going to throw you overboard. Now, listen here, Peanut Gallery. All right. So, all right. So, part 3. Part 3. Basically, the opposite of part 2. Wow. Okay. What a crazy concept. All this is being raised to the first power, and this is understood to be a 2. So we'd have parenthesis 2y parenthesis 1 over 2. That's it. I know somebody was about to say, wow, you mean it's basically the opposite of part 2? And I would say, yes, it's basically the opposite of part 2. Now, so this right here, can we take the cube root of 216? Yes. And what do we do when we take said cube root? 6. Okay. We can actually pull it outside the house. Now, this x squared, is that going to go outside the house or inside the house? Inside. So that also means it would be inside the parentheses. Okay. Not too awful bad. I'm starting to see some of the lights going off. Some people, just slowly flickering, and then we have some people that's a strand of lights that's still in the box in the garage. Okay. Now, shh. All right. Oh my God. Does it matter? Unless they have laser beam eyeballs and they're looking at you, you should be okay. Now, I don't know why. Oh, there we go. That's more better. All right. You're one to talk. Now, I only put a few of these down. I wonder why. These may be the things that I need to know for the test. I may not have strayed very far from the practice test. You probably will have something super similar. Okay. So, looking here on number 7, this is the same base. I subtract the exponents. So, 7 over 5 minus, this is 1. Okay. That's also can be written, if you have to understand it, 5 over 5. Well, if you have 7 of something and you take 5 of them away, how many do you have? Okay. Wow. We're very fast on the insults, but slow up on the math. Okay, so this is actually the 2 to the 2/5. That's it. Now, some people might be thinking, how did you get that 5 over 5? Well, that's called a least common denominator for those that don't want to plug it into your calculator and let the calculator do your work for you. I love the looks of some people that this is the first time that they're like, wow, this is the first time I've seen this. All right. So, got to do the parentheses first. Okay, it's division. I wonder what we do. Subtract the exponents. Okay, if I have 7 of something and I take away 2 of something, how many do I have left? 5. Okay, we got that one. All right, now I'm going to apply this. Now I'm going to do this power to a power. Okay, what does it say in power to a power? We do what? Multiply. Wow, so this would be x to the 5th times negative 1/5. Okay, when you multiply that, you will actually get x to the negative first. If you don't believe me, multiply 5 times negative 1/5 in your calculator. Okay, and for a negative exponent, you flip the number. So this goes in the basement now. You can write 1. Okay. All right. Who's ever been drinking Grandpa's cough syrup back there? Y'all need to get a water and hopefully get rid of the hiccups. Shh. Okay. So, number 9. Shh. Number 9. We're multiplying, so we're going to add. So this is 1. What is 1 plus 8? B to the 9th. Now we're going to multiply 9 times negative 3. Okay. Negative 7. Now, so just like we did on number 8, there's a negative. It goes in the basement now. Okay. Now, these are 3 points each. These take a little bit more than some of the other ones, so that's why you get a little bit more for it. Okay. That is why. Now, I didn't put, I can tell you right now, for either this test tomorrow or if you had to take a retake Friday, um, you don't don't worry about the zero power. Okay. I don't need to give you a test on asking you if anything to the zero power is. It's 1. Okay. Um, so I'm sticking with this. Now, remember, Thursday, you'll get these tests back. You can also, we're going to use that time if you still need to take a retake on chapter 4, chapter 3, chapter 2, chapter 1. You can do that during that time. And then also, we're doing that in class these last 2 days because some of y'all need to not score 158 on the final to pass. So we need that first 9 weeks grade up. Okay. And there is no reward for the person that has to make the most on the final to pass the class. Sorry. All right. May I move on? Doing it slowly because last time somebody was like, no, wait a second. Wait a second. All right. Now, I kind of broke these down a little bit differently. They're going to be the same type of operations, just different numbers on the test. Hey, I'm giving you the cheat codes. Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. Okay? Number 10, multiply the numbers and take the root. So 50 times 20 is 1,000. Okay. I wonder what the cube root of 1,000 is. 10. Ta-da! That's it. Crazy how that works, huh? All right. Whatever. Now, so for 11, uh, it says divide the numbers and take the root. Okay. So I would do 28 divided by 8. Well, okay. We get 16. So we divided the numbers. Now we take the root. Now we find the fourth root of 16. So 4 second, raise the roof. 16. Bam. Guess what? 2. That's it. That's just using the properties of radicals to simplify the expression. That's all we're doing. Okay. That's what those bold words mean, because we actually had a lesson called properties of radicals. Kind of crazy. Yeah. We're doing Ninja Turtle math. Cowabunga. Okay. All right. Are we good with 10 and 11? All right. Part 6. Now, please notice, okay, maybe importante, okay, that a conjugate is the same terms as the bottom with a different sign between them. So, that means I would have a 1 and a 1, a square root of 2, a square root of 2. I would also, now that is a minus, so I would have what in the middle? Plus. Okay, now we multiply. So remember the other cheat. Wow, that's going down like my sanity. Now we would just kind of leave this alone right here. All right. Remember the cheat code for this on the bottom is the first term squared minus the second term squared. That might be something that you need to write down. Me personally, I wouldn't need to know that. I would need to remember the conjugates. Okay. So on the bottom, 1 times 1. Okay. Now, when you square a square root, it's just 2. Okay. Then on the top, 3 times 1, 3. 3 root 2. Okay. We're starting to clean this up. Somebody's really cleaning it up because I just heard somebody's eraser on the thing. Now, if you were to leave it like this, because I know you need to leave it like this, that is fine. Okay. So if you had to take this and circle it, oh, dang it. Why, really? Okay, you know what? All right. So let's try this again. If you need to take this and circle it, that's okay. Or you could actually divide everything by -1 and you would get something like this. Now, either one is okay. Okay, either one of these is okay. Now, I cannot make any promises about what these are going to look like in the final answer tomorrow because I was just asking people random numbers and I was putting them in there. Totally fun. Yep. And no, I have not done the test yet. Yep. I'm the number one teacher that gives you work that I haven't done yet. It's, I think so. It'd be funny if we get something that's not even possible. All right, are we going number 12? All right, 13. The conjugate. Okay, conjugate, same terms, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we'd have square root of 4 minus the square root of 2. Now, if I would have been paying attention, I probably wouldn't put the square root of 4 up there because you could simplify that, but that's, potato, potato. All right. Okay. Now, yep, same type thing. Now, believe it or not, if you were to multiply this, you'd get the square root of 12, or you could go ahead and say, hey, that's 2, so it's going to be 2 root 3. Okay, minus, remember, on the radicals, you can multiply them, so this would be minus square root of 6. This is 4 minus 2. Now, remember, there is a certain format that I know if you did not do your math with you. Yes. What? This be a plus? Okay, in the red. So that would be a plus up here, and that would be a plus right here, and then final answer plus right here. Okay, yes. If there's a different format where you have like two different fractions, I'm going to know that you had digital help. And remember that digital help had an update this week, so make sure it's updated. I know you don't use it. I just think it's like when I say it in my other class, they're like, "You're so funny," because it's blatantly obvious the same people are still using that, and they think I'll never catch them. All right, simplify the expression. 3 points each. Number 14, combine like terms, treat roots as variables. What is 8 minus 5. That's it. That's all you got to do. Okay? On 15, simplify to get matching roots, then combine like terms. All right, look, as I said in class, you can go back and look at the film. This is actually divisible in here. Okay, what is 12 divided by 3? 4. Okay, what is the square root of 4? Yeah, 2. So this gives us negative 4 root 3. And then I can bring this all the way down. All right, so we know our answer is going to have a root 3 in it. What is negative 4 minus 2? Negative 6, yes. There we go. Okay, on number 14, they're going to be in the same term, so you don't have to do anything. Number 15, you're going to have to simplify a root. Okay, I tried not to get to cube roots and fourth roots because I don't have that stuff memorized. Okay, do you have it memorized? Holy crap. Well, then why are you in this class? Okay. All right. So, are we good with 14 and 15 now? How many of y'all are realizing that this is a little bit easier than what some of y'all tried to make it a while ago? Now, I'm only talking to the people that started, not the people that just now started when I started doing it. Okay. All right. Looks like people need to take more time to write stuff down. All right. Part 8. Solving radicals. Okay. It even says in the directions, exclude any extraneous solutions. That means that one of them, number 17, you're going to get a negative number. Do not put that in there. Okay. All right. Isolate the radical. We divide. Okay. Then we have to undo the root. Well, if this is a cube root or whatever, so what do we need to do to both sides? Raise it to the third power. Then x minus 3 equals 27. Add 3, add 3. X equals 30. Okay, that's it. I did what it said over here. Okay. Some people think I'm trying to, like, you know, it's just this. Okay. I write the steps on the notes for a reason. Might be important. Hey, it could be worse. Y'all could be coming in here with a blank sheet of paper and have to write down every single thing that I'm writing down. The problem and everything. Yeah, some of y'all are like, no. Yeah. I tell you explicitly what I want you to know, and I expect you to know it. I'm just surprised your sister hasn't tried to like scare you to help you out to like. Well, apparently that wasn't very scary. I mean, that might be scary to like kittens or small children, but All right. Number 17, there's only a little bit that changes. You will have to do the same steps on number 17 on the test. Hint, hint, hintity, hint, 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 hint. There might be some subtext to it. All right. Number 17, we're going to undo the root, so we have to square both sides. Okay? So check that box. All right. Then it says move everything to one side. Well, all right. So we did that. We moved everything to one side. All right. Now we factor. This tells us our signs are different. This tells us our bigger number is negative. What two numbers, when we multiply them, we get negative 18, but when we combine them, we get negative 3. Yep, 6 and 3. Okay, the bigger number was negative. So solve. So when we solve this, remember it's the opposite. So what's the opposite of plus 3? What's the opposite of minus 6? 6. Okay, so it says only use positive number. You'll only get one answer. There's only one answer for number 17. Only one answer. And it's positive. So that means tomorrow on the test, there's only one answer on number 17, and it's the positive number. I mean, if I've said it 3 times, it may be important. Somebody's going to come up, what if I had to get a negative? I don't know, Bobby. Nobody watches King of the Hill? Yeah. The high pitched one? Oh, Dale or Boomhauer? No, I can't do Dale's voice. All right. So we good with 17. All right. Number 9. Wow. This looks super similar to that section that we had at the very first of class yesterday in our notes, even the directions. I know I got my webcam turned off, but all right. Look, I put on here, look at how the equation has changed, applies rules of AH and K. I had to say that because I swapped some of the stuff around. Okay. So, kind of like what they used to do on Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other. Okay. It's changed by a plus 5. Well, that's our K value. That means it goes up 5. Bam. 19. Here's the original. Here's what we have. What has changed? We have a 4 right here in our A spot. So this has a stretch of 4. Anybody super lost yet? If so, we'll send out the search party. Well, I was saying this to somebody yesterday, this f of x thing, that's like your base model vehicle. What happened to it is when you had extras added to it, like the heated steering wheel, the leather cooled seats, the automatic frappuccino maker in the glove box. I don't know. I can't afford that stuff. All right. So this has a minus. This is in our H spot. Remember, H's are weird. It's the opposite. So this goes to the right one. This is in our K spot. It's positive, so it goes up 2. Okay, remember, you can write the words or you can write the directions. Okay, just remember your audience. Who is your audience when you're taking your test in this class? Me. Am I simple or complicated? Simple. So make it simple. Don't like not answer it and say, well, I just try to make it as simple as possible. All right. Here's the original. This is what's being done to it. This is A. Okay. It's a fraction. It's between 0 and 1. We have a shrink of 1/3, or you could do compress and abbreviate it. Either one is okay, because I know that shrink and compress is the same thing. Okay, that's like Mini-Me from Austin Powers. I don't know. That came out way before. Okay, y'all seen that one? Okay. Okay. Yeah, and she's a whole lot of woman. Okay. All right. Now, did that seem very different than what we did yesterday? No, it didn't. Super similar. It's almost like the person that taught you what we were doing yesterday told you exactly how it was going to look on the practice test and test today. I mean, God. All right. Part 10, 4 points each. Okay. I just kind of grabbed the steps from the notes from yesterday. So I'm kind of going to do it like the steps say. It's crazy. Y equals cube root of x minus 3. Okay. So I'm going to change x and y. Okay. Now solve for y. So what's the first thing I need to do? Add 3. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to write it over here. So we have x plus 3 equals the cube root of y. Okay. How am I going to undo that cube root? Cube it. Now, yesterday I was actually writing this f of -1, which actually in math terms stands for f inverse. Okay. If you were to say f inverse to somebody on the street, they probably have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. But for this one, you can just write it like this. You don't have to expand that out. Because why don't we have to expand that out? Because we had a test on that last time. Crazy. Crazy. Somebody's going to ask if they had to expand it out tomorrow. Somebody's going to be that person. All right. Not too bad on 22. I followed the steps. Notice how I'm kind of extenuating the things that I wrote down that may need to be on your orange sheet. I'm putting like boxes around them, bringing attention to them, highlighting them. I mean, all right. Now, you may not have to write this down for all of this, but I because I grabbed them like this, I am. So write it like this. Swap the X and Y. Now, we have to solve. How do we get rid of this minus 2? That's right. Solving equations is doing the opposite. Teenagers are widely known for doing the opposite of what they've been told. All right. This one's a little different. What am I going to do to get that y out from the bottom? Yeah, we are going to have to multiply. Okay. Now, what would we need to do? If y is being multiplied to all this, what's the opposite of multiply? Divide. Now, yeah, we didn't really see one like this yesterday, but this is a common thing. This actually goes back into some of the old Algebra 1 stuff. So you would just have to write this on your test. Wow. Huh? Crash Bandicoot? We never had enough money for me to have a Sega, so yeah, it was either a Sega or food for the month. So, yep. All right. And number 24. All right. So, y equals this. Okay. I'm swapping. Lost my color. All right. So, okay, when you're solving these, you're doing the opposite. It's kind of like trying to get to know an ogre. They're like onions. They all stink, and you got to peel back the layers. Okay. Some of y'all got that joke. Other people have no idea what's going on. Yes, that was a Shrek reference. Okay. I subtracted 3. Now what would I have to do? Divide by 2. All right. We have y to the third power over here on the right hand side. How do we undo that third power? Yeah, cube root. Square cube root 3. Okay. Sometimes the words are hard. Okay. Now, because I'm not going to be that mean algebra 2 teacher and make you um, rationalize this denominator, okay, you can actually leave it like that just for today, just for this time, because honestly, if you can get to here, we talked about rationalizing the denominators because that's what we did earlier in the test. Okay. All right. Don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. Hope you study. Good things, good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.